Welcome, I'm TS Tyler, and today we are back on NBA 2K23. It has been a while, but I'm glad to be back, and today we're going to be adding the top 75 players all time into the current NBA. A reason for this is I got back to looking at that list that ESPN made. I believe it was like a year or so ago, and some people they have on it, and some people they don't have on it. So we're going to go ahead and look at the teams, and then we'll kind of discuss what's going on because I had to make a few changes. Um, but yeah, so the 76ers, they have Allen Iverson, Dolph Schayes, and Hal Greer, who is someone I don't think deserves to be on this list, but he's here. The Bucks. Also, one thing that happened is for current players that are on their same teams, um, for example, Giannis and Dame, um, I just kept their best version. I didn't want to have two like duplicates of them. Some people who are current and then on different teams, I just put both versions into the game. So for the Bucks, we have Kareem and Giannis. The Bulls, Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. The Celtics are one of the big two. Obviously, it's the Celtics and Lakers. There's some other surprising teams on here. One team has five. I won't spoil that quite yet. But the Celtics have Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Cousy, Havlicek. Tatum is not on that list. Mikhail, Comins, Pierce, and then Robert Parrish. Also Sam Jones, who was a very late addition, but I believe that makes nine for the Celtics. So scary stuff. Nobody for the Grizzlies. The Hawks get Dominic Wilkins and Bob Pettit. The Heat get D Wade. The Knicks get Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, and Dave DeBusschere. One person I could have added to the Knicks, but I decided not to, is Carmelo Anthony. We'll get to that in a second. The Lakers are the other big team. They have Magic, Kobe, Shaq, technically LeBron, but this is current Bron. So Jerry West, Elton Baylor, James Worthy, George Mikan, AD, who is also on another team, but I have him here too. And then the Magic, this is one of the players I added to the list. Just because Barkley and Reggie Miller aren't here, I put Dwight Howard in, who is someone who is very badly snubbed off of this list, IRL. Just a great, I would say, award history. Technically, he's a champion. 8-time All-Star, 5-team All-NBA. I believe, yeah, 3-time DPOY. Just definitely deserves it. Um, Debatably the best center in the Magic's history. You could say that because Shaq left before getting a ring, so maybe. The Pelicans, they get Chris Paul and Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis is also 94 on the Lakers, but this is where his prime was, I would say, at least where he was most healthy. Chris Paul, best seasons here. Pretty simple. Pistons get Isaiah Thomas. Raptors get Kawhi. He was really good on the Spurs, but this is where he made his run. This is what he's most known for. The Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, James Harden. Harden, MVP. Moses Malone, just great seasons here before he left for Philly. And Hakeem, just, I would say lifetime Rocket. Just, yeah, no way he's not on this list. Tim Duncan, Dave Robinson, and George Gervin for the San Antonio Spurs. I feel like no reason needs to be said for all three of these guys. Just all-time greats, obviously. And that makes this team decent, I would say, for sure. The Suns get two-time MVP winner Steve Nash added. Chris Paul is going to be the greatest sixth man in the NBA. Actually, possibly not, because next up is the Oklahoma City Thunder with Westbrook or Gary Payton off the bench, with Kevin Durant, Ray Allen, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then Josh Giddey. Yeah, Shai or Ray is coming off the bench, which that's nuts too. They have the best backcourt in the entire NBA. There's no doubt. The Trailblazers are the other one I talked about, the top 75 player being on the same team still. We have Dame, Clyde Drexler, Bill Walton as your three people who are on the top 75 list. The Warriors are the third most, like the team with the third most players. Also Curry, for example, he's still there. So for my predictions, I'm pretty certain it's going to be Lakers v Celtics. But if I did have a sleeper, I would say it'd be OKC. I think OKC and the Warriors, I believe one of those two teams is going to be in the Western Conference Finals if the seeds match up right. Now, I mean, maybe in the East you have the Bulls, but they're kind of sneaky. But I mean, like, this is insane. They have what, 1090 plus, probably 11, no, 1090 plus for the Celtics, and then the Lakers themselves. I mean, they have their own rotation of 90s, so I don't think really anyone's gonna put up a fight with them. But I will do two seasons, so something could happen. Some people could retire. We could see some parity. But let's get into year one. I accidentally skipped that, but Trae Young was your MVP, and then Pippen was Defensive Player of the Year. Magic Johnson was Sixth Man of the Year, and Trey Jones was Most Improved. Sorry for skipping that. I really didn't mean to. Wow. Looking at the conference standings, the Celtics are the 1 seed, followed by the Hawks, which, I mean, I get, but I also don't. I mean, it's a good team, but apparently Trae Young went off. 27, 11, or actually 12. So 27 and 12 off of 50, 40, 90. Almost 50, 50, 90, honestly. Next with the Knicks, Bulls, Sixers, Bucks, Wizards, Wizards and Cavs in the play-in, Magic, and the Nets. The Heat are out, Raptors are out, Pistons, Hornets, Pacers, obviously, but surprising. The West, the teams that are out, are the Timberwolves with KG, the Suns. This is insanely surprising. They're not really running a good rotation, but they could also have injuries. I didn't turn injuries off, which honestly might be the moves for some parity. So I will keep those on for this. Okay, so looking at the play-in matchups, we have first we have the Spurs versus the Trailblazers. Yeah, like I said, 2K prefers size, so they win by 11. And Tim Duncan with like not a great game. Same with Dame. Very low scoring game. Next we have the Pelicans versus the Rockets. I honestly have the Rockets winning this. And they have a big run. And they have it by 11 as well. Chris Paul has a 20 by 20 game. Trying to keep his team in it. But unfortunately, Harden and Malone are too much. Hakeem with not a great game either. Over here we have the Wizards and the Cavs. I think the Cavs are way too good to be here. So I think they're going to lose this game, obviously, and then win the next one. Like, oh my, the Wizards just blew them. Beal dropped 45. Wes Unseld with a double-double. Elvin Hayes with a double-double. LeBron did not do that much. Orlando versus Brooklyn. Dwight is doing the Lord's work here, and he is going to have them one game away from the playoffs. But that means I think the Pelicans made it? I don't know. And the Cavs take out Dwight. So now we have the Lakers versus the Trailblazers, OKC versus Dallas, Sacramento versus the Clippers, Warriors versus Spurs, Celtics, Cavs, Bulls, Sixers, Knicks, Bucks, and Hawks, Wizards. So looking at these games, we have 2 3-0s, the Warriors over the Spurs, and the Celtics over the Cavs. We have a lot of 3-1s, or at least a decent amount. The Sixers are over the Bulls 3-1, which is a little surprising. Knicks over the Bucks 3-1, and the Clippers over the Kings 3-1. The Lakers are over the Trailblazers 2-1. OKC and Dallas is tied at 2-2. Atlanta's over Washington 2-1, and that is it. So we're going to go ahead and get a few teams out right now. Cavs, Bulls, Kings, and Spurs are eliminated. So that means the Warriors, Clippers, Celtics, and 76ers move on. Trailblazers get eliminated. The Bucks get eliminated. And we're going to a Game 7 over here. We're going to advance. Hopefully the Hawks can take care of business. And they do not. So 2 Game 7s now. One is OKC versus the Mavericks. We have Gary Payton, KD, Westbrook, and Ray Allen versus Dirk and Luka. And it looks like... Oh. No! I didn't think it was a game. I oh, I should have jumped into that. I'm so sorry. Now we have the Hawks versus the Wizards. Beal, Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld versus Trae Young, Wilkins, and Pettit. It really shouldn't be close. I have the Hawks in this. First half, the Hawks have it solidly, and they have it by 20. So now, second round, Lakers, Mavericks, Warriors, Clippers, Celtics, 76ers. I mean, and then what, the Hawks and Knicks? I think my predictions for this round, Lakers, Warriors, Celtics, and then Knicks. And right now, two of them are wrong. Warriors take care of business, 3-1 over here. And the Knicks get eliminated. Wow. So the Knicks pick was not correct, but the West is right. And then Boston takes care. So now we have Lakers, Warriors, who I was right. They did make it. My other pick was the Thunder, who got taken out first round. But Lakers, Warriors, and then Boston and the Hawks. So 1-2 seed on either side. Probably Lakers, Celtics. 3-1 on both series. Lakers make it through. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta go game by game. What the heck? Lakers, Hawks. This should not be close at all if the Lakers don't sweep the Hawks right now. Up 1-0, up 2-0, up 3-0, up 3-1. Wait, did they come back from a 3-0? Is that what just happened? Okay, they don't have that happen again. LeBron is your finals MVP, and the Lakers are the best team with the top 75 players in the NBA. On to year two, I'll take a look at teams, see if they changed at all, and then we'll just go ahead and skip to the playoffs. So for year number two, no huge changes to report. Rodman gets a little bit worse. The Celtics improve slightly. Tatum goes up to a 97. I would say the Pelicans actually got a decent amount better. Zion here makes it a big three. The Suns got no depth, so we'll see how that goes. The Thunder have nothing but depth, I would say. I mean, if they get eliminated in round one, it's just a major failure. They have almost 690s. All right, year two, let's see if anything actually changes. Okay, so for year two, Wilt Chamberlain is your MVP, followed by Brooke Nicholson for Rookie of the Year. Random rookies, doesn't matter. Paul Arizen for Sixth Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, DPOI. RJ Barrett, Most Improved. Darvin Ham, who is the Lakers coach, is the Coach of the Year. Executive of the Year, I don't know who that is. First team, Luka, Ja, LeBron, Irving, Wilt, Bob McAdoo, Tim Duncan, Garnett, Wade, Robinson, Trae Young, Chris Paul, Katie, Jerry Lucas, and Bill Walton. Defensive team, Michael Jordan, like always, Kawhi, D-Wade, Tim Duncan, Dwight Howard, McAdoo, James, Pippen, Robertson, and Walt Frazier. So the Suns, a team with Steve Nash, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, didn't even make the playoffs once. Never did the Nuggets, but that one's not as crazy. So Lakers dominate. Celtics don't dominate as much. Okay, let's get it. We're gonna sim the play-in. The Spurs, Nets, Jazz, and Heat get eliminated. So the Mavericks make it. Pelicans make it. Milwaukee makes it, and then the Knicks make it. So round one, we're just gonna go and sim. We know who the big players are. This is super surprising because there's no way this Wizards team should be this good. However, they didn't make it to the second round. The Lakers sweep the Clippers. Boston sweeps the Wizards. The Warriors the Warriors lose to the Thunder in 5. And then the Hawks make it. So OKC replaces Golden State for this year. And honestly, team's decent, they're missing one spot. They're missing a center. If that wasn't the case, maybe they'd be in the series. 1-1, 2-1 for the teams we think are going to win. 3-1 on that side. The Thunder get eliminated. And then the Hawks have a chance to go back to the finals, and they do. I don't understand. This Hawks team is not good. Lakers v. Hawks. Lakers take game 1 and game 2, and they sweep this time. So the Lakers dominate. Um, I thought it was an interesting idea. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any ideas for this game, leave a comment and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.